Hey everyone, it's Tracy from Blitz magazine here with another New Artist Spotlight. This week we have Alyssa Jacey.
Hi.
Welcome to the studio, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Great having you.
Thanks.
And I must say, I love the dress, the blue dress.
Thank you. Blue has been my theme, my brand, for about 11 years now. So if you ever see me perform live, or actually if you just ever see me in general, I will be wearing blue. And when you come to the shows, bring the crew and wear your blue. That is the little tagline I use.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this has been a good week for you. Your brand new video for I Want It to Rain just came out 2 days ago, and already you've got almost 2,000 views.
Yep. Not that anyone's counting or anything, but it's at 1,960 or something right now. So we're just under 2,000, yeah.
And you're not doing any marketing for that, right?
Zero. I'm not paying anybody to do anything. I just simply asked my fans and my friends and my family to share it, and it's just spreading like wildfire, which was the hope behind it.
That's what I love. You don't have to have like a label and all this big team.
Yeah, definitely. I am very much a DIY kind of artist myself. I own a business called Image 1228, where I do a lot of mentoring and career coaching and artist development for indie artists and bands to teach them that it's possible to have your own successful career, and you don't have to have a manager, you don't have to have a booking agency, you don't have to pay for marketing, although it's nice to have those things as you grow. But if you're kind of starting out, or if you really like to do things on your own, actually you should go check out that website, Image12, spell out the word 12 and then the number 28.com.
No, that's really cool.
Thank you.
And really different.
Thanks, yeah. I love what I do, and I like teaching it a lot.
So everyone go check that out.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned you are also in the studio recording new music
Yeah.
again.
Well, so the song that you're listening to on the music video and online right now that released, I Want It to Rain, the original version I will be performing today for this podcast, and I wrote it as a 6/8 bluesy ballad. But when I got into the studio with this particular producer, who is phenomenal at creating pop music, and so when I went to him, I told him I wanted to make this song just like a happy, dance, upbeat, fun, summertime, like weekend kind of party song, and that's exactly what we did. So you're going to hear two different versions, and the reason why I'm back in the studio so soon is because people, when they hear me perform this song live, when I'm doing it just with my guitar, they want that version also. So I just finished recording the acoustic version of I Want It to Rain, which we'll be releasing. I'm going to wait a few months, but it'll be out before the end of the year.
That's cool. And then fans can have two different
They
versions.
can have both, yes, that's right.
One for when they want to get up and dance, and one for when they just want something mellow.
Exactly, yeah.
So I do know also you're going to be going touring overseas this week, actually, correct?
Yes, that's right. Thursday I leave for the 4th time in a year out to Scandinavia this time. I have been between Ireland and London and Sweden, and coming up until this tour, and then this time I'm going back to Sweden and going to Denmark for the first time. And there's even potential for me to be going back to Ireland in December. So there's just a lot of traveling over the last year, and it's unbelievably amazing. And I'm so happy and excited and grateful. It's so much fun.
And you mentioned that since you've been back from Europe, you'd gone there before, seeing your fan base out there growing and just singing your lyrics and knowing your songs.
Yeah, it was crazy because I played this festival last year in Sweden, and some people this year came back to see me. They saw me last year, and so they kind of knew the music. But there is one show where I'm like, show of hands, how many of you came here on purpose? And half the room raised their hand. I'm like, okay, so that means half of you have never heard my music before, don't know who I am, and everyone in the room was singing the words back. And I'm like, that either means that they kind of did a little studying before they showed up, or there's something about my music that's connecting with people now, and they're just kind of into it, and they're paying attention, I guess, as the first chorus starts. And by the half of the first chorus, they're singing it back, and there's nothing like it, nothing like that.
That has to be the ultimate for an artist, just to really connect and have the fans singing?
Absolutely. If I knock on wood, but if I die, like, in the next 5 minutes, I just
Please no.
I won't, but that's like the ultimate thing for me. A lot of artists set out, and this is not bad or wrong, it's just different for me. I accidentally started in music. 11 years ago, some friends heard me singing to myself at work, and they thought that I had a voice, so they forced me to do karaoke. And that's why I started singing. That's why I started songwriting. That's why I picked up a guitar. I had no intention of doing it. So for me, I just kind of got into it because I was curious to know where it would lead me, and never to become famous by it. No, I don't need to do that, but if it happens, it happens, great. But for me, that's the ultimate goal, is really just connecting with fans, and I've done that, and I want to continue to do that for the rest of my life if I don't die in 5 minutes.
See, this is what I noticed about you when I saw you last weekend performing. It's just your vibe, your positive vibe that you've got going on. It's refreshing.
Thanks.
So we do want to go back a little bit for those that are unfamiliar so they can become new fans.
Yeah.
Tell everyone just a little bit about yourself. Are you originally from Nashville?
I am born and raised from San Diego. I have absolutely no problem telling people how old I am, because I know that this whole industry is really weird about that, and you should lie about your age. No, I don't care. I'm 34. And so I moved here 4.5 years ago, and it was the best decision I've ever made. I felt like I was hitting a ceiling when I was in San Diego. I just couldn't go any further than what I had done in my life in general and in my career. So I picked up, kind of on a whim, after touring to Nashville a few times the years prior. I just was like, this is it. There's some gravitational pull that I have towards Nashville, and I had a lot of success here when I toured the few times that I did. So moved here, and just, it opened up so many doors for me. And I think for anyone who's watching this who is an artist and they're thinking about moving to Nashville, or you just moved to Nashville, doors don't just open for you when you move here. You have to work really hard at it, and that's why it happened for me. So I encourage you to do what you can and stop at nothing to make those doors open for you. Like, shove them down on your own if you have to.
Okay, everybody, including myself, listen to the words that are coming out of her mouth right now. It's not easy, but it is worth it.
It's so worth it. Every struggle that I've had, and that we might even be, now I feel like I'm in a therapist chair, but like every struggle that I've ever had in my life built up to the moment where I decided to move to Nashville. Like, the timing was right on also. I should not have moved to Nashville any second before that I did. You know, so listen to your intuition. I'm big on that as well.
So would you say that's been your ultimate accomplishment, like your proudest moment is moving to Nashville?
Yeah, I've had, at the risk of sounding like a jerk, I've had a lot of proud moments, but definitely as an adult, I think the biggest adult decision I made up until that point in my life, so around 30 years old, my biggest decision was moving here. And there's just been, I can't even tell you, like, it's just been awesome since then.
Is there like one thing that's happened since you moved here that really stands out?
Oh my gosh. There's not one thing. There's literally so many. But I guess as an example, I never thought that I would be a TV host. And I am the host of a show called Talent Watch. I'm the co-host of Balcony TV Nashville, and I've done a lot of side projects for other TV shows as well. And just to know that some friends of mine in a different state can turn on basic cable and see my show every Tuesday, like that's crazy. And that wouldn't have happened. I mean, I can't tell the future, but I don't think it would have happened had I not moved here. So that's pretty cool that that's happened. And I hit the 2,000 mark in March, where I played 2,000, now over 2,000 shows in my career that I've booked on my own. So I remember that was kind of a big month for me. Playing drums also stands out too, because that's been a hobby and an obsession of mine on the side. And now there's some people here who know me as a drummer before they even know me as a singer. And that's kind of been cool too. So there's lots of cool things that stand out.
Awesome. Well, how would you describe your music?
I have 11 hours. It's just not, it's hard to describe. Every time I try to describe it to somebody, they're like, no, like, you don't sound like that, or you sound like her instead. And oh gosh. So I call it a fusion of pop and blues, is the most simplest way to put it, but I have 8 albums out, and they're all different. I have pop music, I have country music, I have ballads, I have super rock and upbeat songs, I have bluesy stuff, a little bit of jazzy stuff, lots of Americana, lots of indie. So, I mean, you name it, singer-songwriter, whatever that means.
So your music is pretty much for everybody.
I hope so. I mean, probably not, but let's just call it eclectic.
Okay. Do you have any influences, or is that a loaded question too?
It's kind of a loaded question because, again, I have to go back to like why I started really late, and I didn't start because someone influenced me. I as an artist, my friends influenced me to do it. So I wasn't that person growing up wanting to be Mariah Carey or Amy Grant. But however, using those people as examples, Paula Abdul, Janet Jackson, Amy Grant, and Mariah Carey, those are the 4 women that I listened to a lot growing up. And I would kind of sing along with them, but I really liked their music, honestly, because I would make up dances in the room to them. I was a dancer when I moved to Los Angeles, when I got told I should start singing. I danced in the Super Bowl 37. I've been in a couple music videos, and I was teaching hip-hop a lot through my college years. So dancing is what I thought I was going to be doing. So the inspirational people I was looking at were those women, but for dancing as opposed to music.
That's crazy. You got a lot of hats.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's all coming into place now, especially with this song. You'll notice, and I Want It to Rain, the music video, where I have 2 of my girlfriends on either side of me, and I choreographed some parts to it. So in the video, we're all doing like certain moves, and it looks cool. I can finally incorporate my dance background with this. So it's been really fun.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Do you remember the first performance?
My very first show?
Yeah, maybe not the karaoke one, but like your first actual show.
Yeah, let's see. I do. I remember the first one that I did before I could play guitar, and I remember the first one I did when I played guitar. So the first one was, it was sometime in 2005, because I hadn't been able to play guitar yet. Somewhere before October of 2005, in that year. And I sang at the Westgate Hotel in San Diego, which has me back. Every time I'm in San Diego, I go back and I make an appearance, and it's so much fun. And I just got up and sang. I hadn't written any songs yet, so I sang Stormy Weather and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I think those are my 2 songs I sang in public for like a show, I guess. And then the first time I played on guitar was October 2005 at San Diego State University. And I remember I had just been learning the 3 weeks prior. So it was 3 weeks before my first show on guitar, and I could play 3 songs. And 1 was my own and 2 were covers.
That's pretty good for just picking up a guitar.
Yeah, it was. I remember, I have to say, my brother, I love him, he teases me a lot, but I remember him saying it had been like a few years of me going out and playing shows, and he's like, when are you going to stop telling people how long you've been playing? Because people don't believe me. When I would get up on stage and say I've only been playing for 3 weeks, I've been playing for a month, I've been playing for a year, no one believed me. But the thing with me, and I encourage, again, everybody to kind of turn what I'm about to say into your own thing and run with it, but when you start singing at 23 years old and you start playing guitar at 24 years old, that's about 23 or 24 years later than most people know they want to play music. So the reason why I became decent enough to play that quickly on guitar is because I locked myself in my room and I practiced and I wrote and wrote and wrote. That's why I had 2 CDs come out in the first year. That's why I was able to play guitar so quickly. So some people, like, I'll pick up a guitar and I'll put it down. I'll pick up a guitar, but for me, I needed to make up for lost time, is my point. So that's why I was able to play so fast.
Very wise.
Thanks.
So, tell everybody, give links to all your music, your social media pages, so they can like it, share it.
Yay, thank you. Let's see, there's Facebook, facebook.com/Alyssa Jacey Music. There's Twitter, which I rarely use, but I'm on it. I just retweet everything on Twitter that I put on Instagram. Those are the only 2 things that I kind of connect. So Twitter's @Alyssa Jacey. Instagram, Facebook and Instagram I'm on every day, multiple times a day. So if you want to know what's going on, like in 7 minutes, and then like an hour after that, you can go on Instagram and Facebook. It's at Alyssa Jacey Music on Instagram. I'm on Reverb Nation, so Reverb Nation / Alyssa Jacey. SoundCloud, definitely. iTunes has a lot of music. YouTube, I have 2 YouTube channels, one / Alyssa Jacey, one / Alyssa Jacey Music. So pretty much if you put in Google Alyssa Jacey, you will find every single thing. ALYSSA JACEY.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, you guys, for watching.